Hello and welcome to this handover video for a Sterling Elite Opal here at Rushton Caravans and Motorhomes. I'm going to take you through some of the features and benefits, and as a key reminder to be able to explain how things work so you can always refer back to it. So in terms of the hitch, we'll show you how to hitch up and de-hitch when we're together. However, a couple of pointers: it has an Alco 3004 stabilizer. We need to make sure that the ball that it's being hitched to is completely dry. There's no grease and no contaminants like rust on the ball, so the gripping pads inside can grip properly and reduce the chance of snaking. This one also has ATC fitted through the 13-pin plug that's on board. This unit here is your gas locker, and this locker is sealed so no gas can leak inside the cabin. We need to make sure that we secure the gas bottles whilst travelling. There is a regulator on board which can be isolated, which is just there to stop any gas flowing through. There are holes in the floor, so if you do, whilst travelling, don't keep anything like keys or anything small that can come through. The reason there are holes in the floor is to allow any gas that does escape from a bottle to drop. This is our central heating exhaust. Don't need to do anything with it, just allow it to do its thing. And then we've got, on this particular model, we've got an onboard water tank, so we can fill that one using this one here, or we can just go direct to tap the traditional way, so you can go via an aquaroll directly into the van. Before plugging into the side of the van though, make sure your water container is full and that the submersible part is beneath the water line before plugging into the side of the van. So in here we've got our battery and we've got our mains, and we've also got our isolator for the motor mover. We need to make sure the battery is on board at all times, and it's indicated just there. This little clip here is really important that we do it up, and that will then secure the battery in place. The mover will show you in person, but the isolator only is turned on when we're ready to use the motor mover and switched off when we're finished. You also have an aerial input, so if you're on a super pitch, you can plug into their aerial systems. Fridge vents are there. And then we've got our toilet chemical for the flush that goes in the top here. And then our toilet cassette is just here. So we're going to lift this orange handle up, pull it out, and then when we get to the emptying point, we're going to twist this orange tube all the way around, remove that grey cap. Once we've tipped it up in the air, we're going to press that orange button there. That'll release the air pressure. Once it's all back together, put everything back, come back to the caravan, twist that one there, bring this one back, and the blue chemical, the breakdown agent, that goes in the bottom there. Just make sure when you put it back, the little orange handle fits in that hole just there. You've also got an external barbecue point just there and external mains just there. Stepping into the van, we can turn the power on using this one here. We've then got the water pump, so we can, once we press that, that'll allow water to come in. We can fill the tank, and you've got an indicator just there, and then we can see the view of the levels. Because we're just plugged into the battery at the moment, no mains, that's the reason there's only one LED on just there. Above the offside, there is a consumer unit. We need to make sure that these buttons are pressed in, the charger, the space heater and water heater, when we want to use these items using the electric. When they are on, they will light up. You then got trip switches, a radio, system shutdown, so push that button in and that will stop any power coming through, and then that is your fuse box. In terms of heating, you've got a central heating system here, so press on and then you can then go across. You can choose your temperature using this one here. Press across again, and you can then turn the water boost function on or off. If you keep it off, it will allow the water to flow through and warm up gradually. If you put the water boost on, it'll take some power away from the heating to quicken the water heating up. The next one is whether you're going to use the gas, so on or off. And then your next one is whether you're going to use electric. So you can go off, 1, 2, and those are the options, 1 or 2 kilowatts. When you are then set, the next one you can go down is into this line just here, and you press on, it opens up lots of more options. You can set this up to come on for certain times in the morning, for example, but for the time being, what I would suggest, keep it on the top line and just get used to being on, off, temperature, and how we're going to power it from there. To turn the power on the fridge, hold this button in here, and we can then change the power source using this one here. So it's gas, mains, or the car battery. We can then change the temperature using this one here. Because there's no car connected, it's coming up saying error 10, and basically error 10 means that there's no power source connected. So that's what it will indicate. So if there is an issue and that blue light is flashing, get a copy of the code, the number, and it will be able to indicate what the problem is. Underneath here we've got gas isolation valves, and they're indicated just there for what they are. In terms of your hob, oven and grill, you need to make sure this lid goes fully up before any gas will flow through. You've then got an electric ring as well in the top left. We've then got our grill pan, we've got our oven. This is a serial number for this particular oven unit, so if you do have any parts that are required, you would need to get the numbers directly from there. Microwave is a mains only microwave. When you're traveling, it's best to take the plate out, and if you slot it somewhere like that, it's not going to then rattle around in the sink and break, and it's always going to be a reminder that you need to put it back in. In here we've got our central heating reservoir as well as our multi-directional aerial. This will gurgle around when the heating is on. The liquid inside is antifreeze, and it is designed to be just above that minimum level because as antifreeze warms up, it expands. If you ever do need to top it up, you only top it up when it's cold, not when it's hot. With the washroom, we've got the toilet, which has got the blue flush just there. This one in the top left will light up when it's time to empty. We've got a rotational bowl and this grey little catch here. Push it to the rear wall to open, use the toilet, use the flush, bring it back to the middle to close, which will stop all the smell coming back up. This heated towel rail will get warm when the heating is on, so just be careful if you grab it when you stand up. And your shower is, the door is kept into place like that when traveling so that it doesn't rattle around. So that's the Sterling Elite Opal. If you've got any questions, don't hesitate to ask.